Hey everyone, so this is take two because I just found myself totally going off on track and I wanted to be as authentic and as real as you possibly can be when you are sharing your truths and sharing your knowledge on such a wide public way or space. So, the reason this is such a personal subject matter to me is not just because I help so many women overcome it now, not just because I think this sort of trauma needs to be broken, was because it's one of the things that blindsided me the most in my own relationship. So, for those that don't know me, to recap, I didn't start out as a relationship coach, I didn't start out as a love coach. I started out very much as a confidence, a self belief coach. It's always really been about my journey. So, once I'd done my hypnotherapy, neurolinguistic programming, or my holistic therapies, I really focused on raising women's self esteem, healing their wounds so they could truly live a life they truly desired. And as truth be known, as I transitioned through what had been a real traumatic time in relationships for me, including abuse, including narcissism, and having my own child, it's when I, what I call, broke the spell of that transitioned me through with my business coach saying, Faye, you're meant to be a love coach. You're meant to help women transform their love lives on a deep spiritual level where they can truly live their life they truly desire with somebody they desire. So, as you can imagine, as I embarked on that journey, I had this amazing relationship. The one thing I didn't expect to happen was to start losing myself, was to start losing my personal power. And I think this important thing to know here, and something that I shared with my own client today, it's not a reflection of somebody else. It's not the reflection of the other person. In my case, it wasn't a reflection of Pete. It was a fact that with my old wounds that were coming up to the surface, that had no need to come up to the surface before because I felt totally safe down there in the basement, that I started to feel insecure. I started to question my own self worth with having another child. I had lots of negative stuff going on in the outside world. And I slowly started losing my voice. I started losing who I am, what was important to me. I totally lost all sense of personal power and kind of felt like I didn't know who I was anymore. And even to quote Pete at one stage, it was like I was a shadow of who I was. And this is what I see play out in so many relationships, that when you've gotten to, so if you have done the work already and you've gotten to the place that you're feeling really great, that's why it's important to still remember the tools. See, your spark, the bits that are about you that are unique, the bits that are about you that make you magnetic, that make people attracted to you, they're the parts that initially attracted that person. They're not the parts that suddenly start questioning yourself about. The fact that perhaps you're outspoken, perhaps the fact you're a justice seeker or an activist, or you're someone that's truly passionate about even the bigger things in life, like traveling, or even the smaller things in life, like connection. Connection not being a small thing. I mean, what can appear the small things. They're the parts of you that are the spark. There's the parts of you that have made the magic of this relationship. And the thing that I quite often see happen so much, and the thing that I can talk about, which happened for myself, was I started to somehow put that person's Pete on a pedestal and lowered myself. I stopped seeing myself as the powerhouse. I stopped seeing myself as the ambition woman that could create massive ripple effects in people's lives, as well as be an amazing mum, as well as have my ambitions, my dreams, my trainings, the important things that were important to me. And I stopped speaking my truth. I stopped saying what I truly desired because I feared losing my relationship, because I'd merged my identity with the relationship. I'd no longer been able to stand in who I was as Faye. And not only did it not my business truth be known at one stage, partly also to do with world events, it really knocked me at my core. It stopped me showing up in so many ways in different areas of my life. Now, I didn't just want to share this with you. I wanted to give you a practical tip to do to help you with this. So, this can be done at any stage in your life. So, here's the important thing to know: what you start learning and what you start learning when you're going through coaching, when you're going through self development, they're tools for life. They're things that see you through. And it's when you stop doing those daily things, it's when you stop investing in yourself. And I don't just mean financially, I mean in the things that you love, whether that's going out in nature, whether that's going to the beach, no matter what it is, it's when you stop. I'm so sorry. I know there's comments coming up. I can't see them at the moment. Oh, I've got it here. Oh, thank you so much. I am embracing the curly, as you can see. Joanna, thank you for saying that. But yeah, it's when you forget who you are. And I suppose even my hair being an example there, that's something that I've had to embrace. But to make you feel that way, to make you understand the difference between how you want to feel and when you've forgotten yourself, simply get a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, and on one side, on the left-hand side, pop a time when you felt really good about yourself. And if you've never felt really good about yourself, definitely reach out to me because we need to work on that. But write a time when you felt really good about yourself, what you were doing, even what you were wearing, how you were looking after yourself, where you were going, the people you're surrounding yourself with, the things you felt excited about, love. Who was you in that moment? To who is that person now? What are you doing with your daily activities? Who are you being now? Down to the silly things. So when I did this activity, not so long back actually, because I like to refresh on all the things I do, there was quite a lot of things that were different for me. And I was like, wow, like I don't do that anymore. A silly example, I don't just get up and go out for coffee. I've got so busy between raising the children, between my amazing clients, that I don't just go for a cup of coffee on my own. And what's one of the things that fills me up, refreshes me. So that's something that I'm bringing back in. Like quite often we think deep healing does require deep holding. It requires deep work. Also, though, it's the small things that make the big differences. We don't jump from 0 to 100, but we can 100% speed that up. If you imagine different types of vehicles, different vehicles can get to 100 miles an hour a lot quicker than really old models. And there's a reason for that. It's called technology. And with us, it's called our tools, our powers that we use, and also practicing them, refining them, retuning them, and knowing that you're the master of your destiny, knowing that you're the master of what you truly desire and what you truly want from life. So with that in mind, go and do this task. Don't lose yourself in a relationship, because that will be the end of the relationship unless you can put it back, which is the work that I do. But don't even get to that point. The amazing thing is, if you cannot get to that point, don't get to it. Stay within your personal power. Remember the things that are so important about you. Remember the spark that's within you. And really anchor into that, because that's the magic that's going to change absolutely everything for you. The moment you lose yourself is the moment you lose everything. So remember that. Stay deep within your heart and start doing the work. I'm sending you all so much love. If you would like to know how you can start this work, how you can start moving forward, reach out to me. I will give you the different list of ways in which you can start working and truly start making those transformational journeys so you can feel and have the deep connected love that everyone truly desires on a soul level. And if it's possible for one, it's possible for you. There is no difference. So I'm sending you all lots and lots of love.